Most AI note takers are a liability for lawyers, not a productivity tool, a liability. And no, I'm not being dramatic. When attorney-client privilege is on the line, the last thing you want is a transcript of that conversation sitting on a third-party server feeding an AI model you never agreed to train. But here's what's interesting. A few tools actually got this right. Bot-free recording, SOC2 compliance, encryption that holds up, and transcription accurate enough to catch Postscript versus Long Island Railroad without a typo. I tested over 20 options to find them. These are the 3 best AI note takers for lawyers in 2026, plus a dead simple framework for picking the right one for your firm. Let's start with Bluedot. Bluedot is the top AI note taker for lawyers, and it is not particularly close. The biggest reason is simple: there is no bot. Most tools send a little robot into your meeting to record it, which is awkward at best and a compliance disaster at worst. Bluedot works through a Chrome extension, a desktop app, or a mobile app, and it records and transcribes your calls without anyone in the meeting ever knowing it is even running. Your client doesn't see a thing. Now, beyond the bot-free recording, Bluedot is genuinely accurate with legal terminology. We are talking case names, Latin phrases, the kind of language that trips up generic transcription tools and turns your notes into a word salad you have to spend an hour cleaning up. It supports transcription and AI-generated notes in over 100 languages, which matters a lot if you work with clients who are not native English speakers. On the security side, Bluedot is SOC2 certified and GDPR compliant. All data is encrypted in transit and addressed with 256-bit AES encryption, and the company does not use your conversations to train its AI models. That last point is non-negotiable for legal work, and a surprising number of tools quietly skip it. One feature that stands out specifically for law firms is permanent video retention on all paid plans. Most competing tools delete your recordings after a few months. Bluedot keeps them indefinitely, which means you can go back to a client call from 2 years ago and pull up the exact transcript. You can also search any transcript or use the AI chat feature to ask questions across multiple meetings at once. If a client told you something really important 6 weeks ago, you can find it in about 10 seconds. Pricing starts at $14 per user per month on the annual plan, with a free tier that gives you 5 lifetime meetings to try before committing to anything. The only real downside is that there is no offline mode, which some legal teams prefer for particularly sensitive work. But for most lawyers, Bluedot is the obvious place to start. Now, let's talk about Rave. Rave built its reputation as a transcription service, and this is still the strongest use case today. As an AI note taker for lawyers, it gets the job done, but it comes with some real trade-offs you need to understand before pulling out your credit card. The thing that makes Rave stand out is the hybrid transcription model. You can choose to have a human verify your AI-generated transcripts, and they guarantee 99% accuracy when you do. For legal work where precision is everything, that sounds great on paper. Here's the problem. Human transcription costs $199 per minute. A 2-hour deposition costs you nearly $240 to transcribe. If you're doing that regularly, the costs stack up fast. The AI-only transcription is cheaper, but users have reported issues with background noise and overlapping speakers, which is basically a feature of every legal conversation that has ever existed. On the plus side, Rave has some genuinely useful features for case prep. Multi-file analysis that lets you cross-reference multiple documents and audio files to surface contradictions. Smart Depot helps speed up deposition review. Citations AI ties every key insight back to a specific source file. These are real tools, not just generic meeting summaries. For security, Rave holds up, so it clears the bar on compliance. The catch on the meeting side is that Rave requires a bot for Zoom calls, which is exactly the kind of thing we just talked about avoiding. The cheapest pay tier starts at $25 per month per seat on their annual plan. If you run a larger firm that regularly needs a human verified transcription and has the budget to absorb that cost, Rave is a reasonable option. For everyone else, it is also probably more than you need. Third on the list is Plaud Note, and this one is a little different from everything else we have covered. Plaud Note is not a software. It is a physical device, roughly the size of a credit card, and that magnetically snaps to the back of your phone. It is a vibration conduction sensor that captures captures both sides on a phone call, and a set of microphones for recording in-person conversations. If you spend a lot of time in rooms with clients rather than on video calls, that is genuinely useful. Transcription accuracy is solid, and Plaud supports 112 languages, which puts it right up there with Bluedot at the top of the list on that front. For security, it is definitely compliant. Now, here is where it gets a little complicated. The base device costs $159 upfront. Then there is a monthly subscription on top of that. The legal specific feature you actually want, the industry glossary that makes it more reliable with legal terminology, is locked behind the Pro plan. On top of that, there is no real-time transcription. You have to sync every recording to your phone or laptop via Bluetooth after the meeting before anything gets processed. It also comes with a proprietary charging cable because apparently one is never enough. If you mostly work in person and want a hardware-based solution that keeps bots completely out of the picture, Plaud Note is worth considering. Just go in knowing the total cost of ownership is higher than it looks at first glance. Before we get into how to pick the right tool for your firm, I want to point out something that will save you even more time, and it is completely free. Bluedot has a full library of meeting templates you can download right now. No email required, no account needed. You just grab them and use them. For lawyers specifically, the three worth grabbing are the client meeting agenda template, the meeting minutes template, and the meeting notes template. These give your AI note taker a structured format to work with, so the output you get at the end of every call is organized, consistent, and actually useful from the moment the meeting ends. Grab the first link in the description below this video. All right, now let's talk about how to choose between these three tools. The right choice comes down to a handful of key factors, and once you know where to land on each one, the decision basically makes itself. The first thing to evaluate is whether the tool is bot-free. If you are taking any kind of sensitive client call, a bot joining that meeting is not just awkward, it is a risk you do not need to take. Bluedot and Plaud Note both solve this completely. Rev does not. At least not on Zoom. The second factor is security and compliance. At minimum, you want SOC2 certification and clear policy that your data is not being used to train AI models. All three tools on this list clear the bar, so you're in good shape whichever way you go. Third is accuracy with legal language. If your tool cannot handle case names and Latin phrases without mangling them, you're just creating more editing work for yourself, which defeats the entire point. Bluedot handles this well out of the box. Rev does too, but only in ideal audio conditions. Plaud Note needs the industry glossary add-on to get there, which means paying more. Fourth, think about where your meetings actually happen. If you are mostly on video calls, Bluedot is the clear winner. If you are mostly in person, Plaud Note has a strong case. If you run a large firm and need a human verified transcription for high stakes evidence, Rev becomes more relevant. The simple version, solo lawyer or small firm, start with Bluedot. Large firm with budget for human verification, look at Rev. Primarily in-person work and want a hardware solution, go with Plaud Note, but budget for the full cost upfront. The right AI note taker does not just save you time. It protects your clients, keeps your documentation airtight, and gives you hours back every week to spend on actual legal work instead of admin. For most lawyers, Bluedot is going to be the answer. You can start for free at bluedothq.com, no credit card required, and if you want to grab those free meeting templates we mentioned, that link is sitting right below this video too. Now, if you want to see exactly how to set up Bluedot for legal work from scratch, I put together a full step-by-step walkthrough video for lawyers, and that is in the next video to watch right here. If this helped you, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.